Recording now.
All right. Okay, so this is for people who may have an existing Instagram account like I did in the past. I've had an Instagram account for about 10 years, and it's only been this year that I have found how engaging and useful that is. So this is for the new user. And if you want to stick around in this same room, we're going to go into Instagram for the advanced user from another instructor. So one of the reasons you might enjoy a personal Instagram account is because of the community that you can create through Instagram. You can basically create a profile for your interests. By selecting who and what you follow, you can curate your newsfeed to only show you things that you're interested in. So when you're zoning out on your device and you're just scrolling, at least you're going to scroll and you're going to see the things that are really engaging and inspiring for you. If you're a business, you can use the Instagram tools to directly connect to your customers, like your targeted audience. If you're an artist, you can find people who are doing your same medium. You can find museums who are featuring artwork that you emulate or that you admire. Or you can find other artists doing new things that can inspire you. And when it comes to the SCA, which is, if you're not here for the SCA, we are a reenactment organization, an educational reenactment organization, recreating the Middle Ages. That's why we have the shiny hats on. So welcome if you're not in the SCA. I think maybe all of you are. So if you're in the SCA, you can find other people who are reenacting your time period, possibly your profession. So it's a really great way for you to do a deep dive on your specific interests in historical research. So Instagram has two main purposes. One of them is social media. So it's engaging with others on a social platform. And the other is photo sharing. So this is heavily photo specific. It's not so much text. It's for people who are seeing images. So I want your images to be eye-catching. And it can also help you to discover or promote trends on anything from baking and celebrities and animals and relationships, or other things that you're interested in. So one of the questions that I used to ask in those 10 years that I didn't use my Instagram is, how is Instagram different from Facebook? And why do I want both? I don't need to spend more time on social media. Why do I want both? Facebook is a general social networking platform, where Instagram is mobile centric. So it's really easy to access from your phone. Facebook is more of a close-knit community of people who know each other. Instagram lets you build and join communities that share your interests globally. And the thing about Instagram is it can be more anonymous. You don't ever have to post a picture of your face. You don't really have to post anything that identifies you. You can think of it as creating a profile for your interests, not necessarily for you as a person. There are people who love to share pictures of themselves and their kids and their dog and their meal. And those things are fascinating and they are valuable to people, and you will find a community for that. But you can also post pictures of your weaving and your painting and your art, and you'll connect with a community of people who are specifically interested in those things. So you can use Instagram the way that you use Facebook. Why would you? You can post different things on your Instagram. Facebook has more active monthly users, and Instagram has relatively less. Not that it's really that important. So Facebook is more accessible from any device. They have engineered it so that you can access it from anywhere, where Instagram is more mobile specific. You can access it from a desktop computer, and I can show you how to do that. It's just a little tricky. But it's really device specific. So you can do it, anything that allows you to use an app or access to some sort of app store. So your iPhone or your smartphone, your iPad, your Chromebook, anything that's app-based. But you can also access it from Instagram.com if you're going to access it from a computer. Brand awareness is less effective on Facebook, and it's better on Instagram. And if you, so by brand awareness, if you're creating, if you want something like SCA oriented or you're interest oriented, you're really able to access those things. 1 second. Just need a breath. Okay. So Instagram is also free. So that's a really great benefit. And there are business versions, but Instagram is free and you have access to all of its lovely features. So you can also create multiple profiles on Instagram. So you could have one that is like your SCA name, and it's only tailored to those interests. And when you log in, that's all you see in your newsfeed. You can create another profile that's really easy to switch over into that's just about dogs. Maybe one of your favorite things about life is dogs, and you want to know what's updates on food and dog shows and care tips and all of that, and your newsfeed can be all about that. So you can have things really tailored. You're not scrolling to find relevant information. Let's see. Posting. Okay. So we will go ahead. Oh, one thing I wanted to say. So when you are interacting on Facebook, Facebook has a lot of like dead ends or cages for information. So you have to be in 500 different groups. You have to make sure that your notifications are turned on. You have to make sure that you have kept up when Facebook decides to change the notification settings away from what you wanted them to be. You have to make sure that you're keeping up with all of these groups. You need to hope that the 5,000 members who are in those groups, at least one person is posting something interesting every day and that you get to see it. So it's harder to find what you want to access. You'll need to be in this cooking group, and you'll need to be in this art group, and you'll need to be in this like social group, and make sure that you have all of those things coordinated, give you notifications. Where Instagram, all of that information is just provided to you through your news feed. And Instagram is really smart about watching the way that you interact with the app and then making suggestions so that you can discover more things that are relevant to your interests. So what we can do is I will screen share screen. This one. I'm not a nervous person. Why am I nervous? Let's see. So you can see my screen, yes? Yes, awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so when I go to Instagram.com from my desktop computer, it has a slightly different interface than your app or your tablet or any of those things are going to do. And so even though my screen might have a different arrangement of the icons do the same thing no matter where you access them from. So what we have right here is the home screen. I'm going to go ahead and click on that home screen icon. So this is your newsfeed. When you open up Instagram, this is what you're going to see. This is every account that you have followed and every hashtag that you follow. It's going to show you their most recent posts. So this is where you access your newsfeed, and it's what's going to open up when you open your account. So the next icon is the search icon, the little magnifying glass down there on the bottom, or the discover icon. So Instagram is going to, what you'll see here is Instagram making suggestions to you. So when you first start your account, it's going to be so random. You're going to think, why are they showing me this? None of this is interesting to me. The more you interact with the app by liking other people's photos and by commenting on their photos, selecting people to follow, hashtags to follow, the more specific to your interests this is going to become. I don't know what got me into really creepy spider crabs, but I don't know what I liked. And so up here at the top in the search bar, you can type in accounts of people to follow. So if you know that your friend has an Instagram account, you can type in their name and it will start to suggest accounts for you just by entering a letter. And then you can click on any one of these to go to their account. And this, so right now you're seeing the Barony of the Steps. This is their profile. A lot of the SCA is on Instagram, which is cool. You can follow, you can get updates from worldwide, from the society worldwide, which is really cool. So this little icon right here, this little person, if I wasn't following this person, it would be blue. So now if I want to follow that person, get their updates, I'm going to click follow, and now I'm going to have all of their information. If I want to message this person, I can click the message icon and open up Instagram Messenger, which operates a lot like Facebook Messenger, but they are separate. Okay, that's how you find a person. And if you want to follow a hashtag, again, your phone interface might look a little bit different than this, but from my computer, I'll type in hashtag and I'll put in reenactors. Reenactor. So here's reenactor, hashtag reenactor has 178,205 posts. I'm interested in that. So I can click on reenactor and I can follow that hashtag if my, yeah. So now if I follow that hashtag, every time some account around the world posts an interest and they type hashtag reenactor, I'm going to get a notification in my news feed and I'm going to see those images. So this isn't specific to a time period. This is just folks who like to reenact stuff. So some of it might not be exactly what you want to see, but some of it definitely is stuff that I'm interested in seeing. We'll go back. Another one is reenactors of Instagram, which now you are one. And so that can be one of your hashtags. So that's how you find hashtags to follow. Now, you might be curious, what is a hashtag? You have seen these now for years. So a hashtag is a combination of letters, numbers, and emojis preceded by that pound symbol, by the hashtag symbol. And they are categories of content, and it's a clickable link. So you click that hashtag and it's like a gateway into only that sort of content, only that relative content. So when you're creating your own hashtags, it's really helpful to capitalize each letter because the whole thing is crammed together. There's no spaces between any of your words. So in reenactors of Instagram, if you capitalize each one of those words, it makes it easier to read. It doesn't change what it means. They're not case sensitive capitals or not. And then if you're going to use more than like 10 hashtags, I like to break them up in lines so that they're one underneath another. It makes it easier to follow and access that information. Okay, so then to get back to our home screen, went through search. We're going to skip over the little plus sign for now, because that is how we post content to our own newsfeed. We'll go to our heart icon, which is our activity. So on my mobile device, this is in the upper right-hand corner, but on this, it's down here below. No matter where it is, does the same thing. This is where anybody, you'll get your notifications. If somebody has liked your posts, commented on your posts, tagged you in a post, followed you, you're going to see that information here. And if you have a notification, you'll see a little red dot over that heart. And that's how you know someone has interacted with you. And some of these people, they have followed you. You can go and you can click follow to follow them as well and get their updates. There we go. The picture on the bottom right, that is your profile. So we have a home screen, that's our news feed. You also have your profile page that's going to show you your image, and you can change your profile image by editing profile. Shows you how many posts you have created, how many followers you have. If you're a business, it might be important to you to have followers, but if you're just an individual account, like it's might not be that important to you. But the neat thing about that is that it's clickable. So you can see who is following you, and you might find someone that you're interested in following as well. And all the various kingdoms and baronies have accounts. So you'll be able to see here, the Kingdom of Atlantia has an account, and we have followed them. Also, this is a great way for you to control who has access to your information. You can create a private profile when you set up your account, so that you have to give permission for someone to be able to follow you, access your information, but you kind of put yourself in a box that way. If you leave it more public, more people have access to what you're sharing. So it depends on what you want to share and how much privacy you want to keep with what you're sharing. I don't post pictures of like my kids because this is my public profile, but other things that are not identifying, I want to share and I want to get feedback. So if there's someone on here that you don't want to follow you, you can click remove, and you can also create a block list if you want to, so that person cannot access you again. So those are your followers. And then the people that you are following, if you want to if you want to see who you are following, you can click on your following link and see all of the accounts that you follow. Also, you can see hashtags that you follow. So some of the ones that we follow on our baronial account are reenactor, reenactors. Just that one letter can change what you have access to. Reenactors of color, history for kids, the Barony of Drybergen, of course, that should be the first account everybody follows. So those are where you can access the hashtags that you follow. And if you click any of those, it will take you to every post that has that hashtag you'll be able to access. So if you want to see, well, what's new in finger loop braiding, I'm going to click that hashtag that I accessed through the hashtags that I'm following and see all of those posts and discover some really cool stuff. So when I click on that hashtag, that image, I can also see who posted that. And by clicking on that, I see this person's profile now, and I can take a look. And if they have really interesting things, I can go ahead and follow that person too. So all of these are little interconnected roads that help you pinpoint your interests and connect to more people and find more people doing what you want to see and what you're doing. So let's go back to our profile page. You have a character limit here for this section. I have it. Yes, in your bio, you have 150 characters that you're allowed to fit in this space right here. So you need to keep it short and sweet. You are allowed to have a website. Right now, the Barony has this event, but you can change this content. So by editing profile, you can change this content. You can change your name once you get one in there. Like if you don't like it, you can change it. I have changed my personal one quite a few times. So that's nice that you can change things. You also have your stories that are here on your profile. So there are different posts that you can make on Instagram. You can post photos or a collection of photos. You can post a story, which is just a snapshot of your day. They're usually about 10 seconds and they only last for 24 hours unless you save them. You can also post videos of length. So IGTV, which you can see right here, is kind of like YouTube where you can post videos, I believe, up to 10 minutes. Any post that you save will show up here. I don't think I have saved any, but any post that you do save will show up here. And any posts that you are tagged in, if someone else posts a photo and they tag you, that can be accessed right here on your profile. So up here at the top, this little gear icon is it's your settings. So it's how you edit your profile, how you change your password, your privacy and your security. Let's see, anything else on there relevant? Yeah, there you go. So that's how you edit your profile. Okay, and let me review my notes just really quickly. 10:33. Okay. So that is your crash course in Instagram. At this moment, does anyone have any questions? Let's see, I will stop screen sharing. Take a look. Yes, Nico.
You said you could you see other people that have tagged you on other things. Can you tag yourself on a photo? And is it the same way?
You know what?
Or is it automatic?
I
If
actually
you
don't
posted, you're tagged in it.
I actually don't know the answer to that. So if you, whenever you have your own profile, you make your own post. I think you can do at like Bernie Drybergen or at your own name, and you can tag yourself. In other people's photos, I don't believe that you can tag yourself, but let's give it a shot and see.
Kungund?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, it's Mercy. You can at people in threads. So I mean, technically you could put yourself on there, but the moment you kind of comment in there that you're in there, like,
Oh, okay.
like if
So
you're,
instead of
like, so if you're looking at someone's at a picture you think is really cool and you want to share with somebody else on somebody else's thread, you just use the at tag and their name, and then they're in there. So I mean, you could do this. I guess you can do the same, but I'm not sure why. Like, did you want to go back to it, Nico, or what was? Why would you want to? What was a specific question?
Oh, if you want to, I think it was if you want to tag yourself in someone's photos,
Yeah.
right? Like you do on
Well,
Facebook.
Yeah,
Instagram
exactly.
doesn't work. Yeah, Instagram doesn't really. You don't really tag photos. Facebook does though.
Mhm.
So as far as I know, you can't. But feel free to play around with it. So I think that's like the big difference between them.
Okay, I'm going to start screen sharing again, and I'm going to go to our Google Doc. I think, yeah, here it is. And let's see if there's anything there that I had missed that I wanted to share. And I can also share this link with you all. Anyone can read this link, copy the link. Cool, I'm going to put that in the chat. Any second now. Let's see. In the chat. That's sent to just Nico. Here we go. So here's my Google Doc, because at the end, sorry, I was gonna just check through the chat just really quick. There are some questions I see in here about, or there was a comment about accessibility. Mixed case means accessibility. Nice. So capital letters are also nice for blind people using screen readers, as the screen readers will read them properly. Maybe not so relevant to Instagram, where blind people are more likely, but handy info in general. Yes, thank you for that. There is a class tomorrow at 4 p.m. About keeping technology accessible. It's technological accessibility and inclusivity, and it is about different accessibility perspectives. If we're moving into the digital age, keeping those things accessible to people. So that will definitely be hit on more. And then the class following this is a more advanced look at those sort of things, making sure that your account is accessible, making sure that you're adhering to copyright laws if you're sharing photos, so that sort of thing. Okay. So I did put that in the chat. Yes. So my document is in the chat. So with the people here, would you like to watch an account creation? Do we need to go through creating an account? I see thumbs up. I see clapping hands. I see no thank yous. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll do that. So I will screen share again. Yes, I am gonna share my screen. I'm gonna do it. Instagram class, share. All right, and okay. So I think that I'm going to totally log out of this account. One more time, stop share. Let me do my thing really quick, and I will be back. 10:38. Cool, we can do this. And we are going to log out of this one. Log out. Okay. Sign up. Cool. Ready to screen share again. So we'll be doing account creation for the next 10 minutes or so. You can see my screen. Okay, so from my desktop, I have gone to Instagram.com. And if you're going to do this from your phone, steps will basically be the same. You need to go to your app store, whether it's the Google Play Store or your Apple App Store. Download the app. It's free. And make sure it just says Instagram and has that specific little square pink and purple or pink and orange icon. That's the one you want. So once you downloaded that, what we need to do is sign up for an account. You will need an email address. One thing that you can do is you can log in with Facebook. This is kind of nice because it'll automatically connect to all of your contacts if you want to do it that way. I like to keep those things separate and then kind of cherry pick who I'm going to share my Instagram account with. So my feed isn't just full of everything that people are also posting on Facebook. And then I have to go through and clean it up. So I'm going to create an entirely new account. Let's see. By entering an email address. Oh, we'll do Kungund. Benehonig. All right. So when you create a username, it has to be authentic. You can be the only one with that name. So let's see if Kungund is available, because that would be awesome. It is not. So they're suggesting Kungund, Benehonig, all smashed together. I could take that. I could also go in here and I could enter like a period or a character to make it unique from someone else and see if that one's available. It says no, not available. So I'll take Kungund, Benehonig, all smashed together. Cool. Can you see if I type in a password? Okay, no. No, we'll do. All right. Sign up. Add your birthday. So your minimum age is 12 to access Facebook. So you don't have to be honest about this if you don't want to. There you go. That's not my birthday. And then you need to enter the confirmation code that came to your email. So let me get that code. So it will be emailed to you. Hang on one second. I have to log into that account. So I'm going to do that real quick. Any questions while we're doing that?
Would this be the same process you would use to create a second Instagram account if you already had one?
Let me get back to you on that. Unless someone else has the answer. Because I know that I have 2 profiles or 2 accounts, but I can't remember how I did it because it's been so long.
I'm pretty sure it's the same. So.
Kungund, there is a question in the chat. Any special considerations for creating an Instagram account for your group?
As in like security considerations?
I would say, hi, this is Rosalind. I'm not visible. It's like, so you want to create an official presence for your group. Is there any special considerations, channels or anything you need to go through before you do that? Do you need to use like Seneschal at Shire of, googlymook.org,
Yes.
as opposed to a personal email, things like that. What are the rules for that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Excellent question. There are social media rules. And so every area should have a social media officer And that's the person who should set up the account, because there are specific guidelines that everybody has to follow for group accounts specific to the SCA. If you're creating a personal account, do what you want. But if you want to create one for your barony, shire, or kingdom, that has to go through your social media officer and your seneschal. And then you might be able to be a person who can post on there. Maybe they need help. But yes, that has to go through that specific person.
Thank you.
I'm going to change all of my baronial email addresses to .googlymook from now on.
Well, you know, it's a good name.
Nico, you're not allowed to change our barony's name.
Excuse me. All right, I will go back to share screen. So what I had to go to my email and get that access code. And so it said, we have sent a confirmation code to your email. Please input that code. I did that. I pressed enter. So now here I am. I believe this is the one I want to share with you. Let me just make sure. I think so. Instagram. Yeah. Okay. So it's making suggestions for me since I have a totally brand new account. These are people I don't know, but these are people who are popular. So if you want to follow the Kardashians, they are at the top of the list. And if you don't have to do that. You can select some of these people. A good account to follow is Instagram itself, especially as you are a new account. You have to follow someone to get started. So you can go ahead, you can click someone and get started. If you follow Instagram, it can give you notifications on how to create like the best photos, how to take the best photos for photo sharing, or how to access information that you might not have. So that's a good one to start. So we'll get started that way. Awesome. So now my account is created. Here is my home screen. And this is my newsfeed from my desktop computer. And you can see that the setup is different, but the functions are all there. So I have my home screen, that's going to be my newsfeed, my messenger, geolocator, my notification center, who has liked my stuff. I'm going to want to go in here to my profile and change my photo. Which I can do. We'll just use that one. Cool. There she is. And then did you see how I did that? Sorry, I did that really quickly. If you want to upload a photo, you just click on your photo and it'll allow you to upload a new one. And then you go to whatever it's your device or your computer, and you select the photo that you want to add. And then you have a photo there. Oh. And then to edit your profile information, you have your name and your username. If you want people to follow you, you let them know on Instagram, I am this name. And they just type in the @ symbol and your name, and they'll be able to find your account. And it says here, you'll be able to change your username. I think you have to have 14-day breaks between each time you change your name. You can put a website here. You can put a short bio, 150 characters or less. And you don't have to put other optional information like phone number or gender. And then similar account suggestions. Include your account when recommending similar accounts people might want to follow. Maybe once you start posting things on your account and Instagram knows what kind of content you share, it'll start suggesting your account to other people as well. If you don't want that, you can unclick that little icon. And if you don't care, you can keep it clicked. All right. Over here on the side, you can see that there's the push notifications. You can go in there and you can select how many notifications you receive, your contents, your login activity. Here we go. So one thing that is missing from this page is the plus sign that shows me how to post a photo. If you are posting from your desktop computer, you have to do something special, which is go to the 3 little dots. If you follow my cursor up to the top right corner, and now this is from a Dell desktop, it might be different from Apple. Go to more tools, developer tools, and you want to change how you're viewing the page. So this gives you your phone or your tablet interface from your desktop computer. And you can, you can select any one of them. You have your mobile options, your tablet options, your laptop computer options. You can just select one of them. And then the most important part to remember is to click refresh. These instructions are also in the handout that is linked in the chat. So make sure you hit refresh. And now I am looking at my Instagram account through the interface of a device rather than a desktop computer. My icons have moved around on the page, but now I am able to use this little plus sign to post a photo. And we haven't done that before. So we'll click that. I see it's 10:49. I will go 5 minutes over and I think that we will be good. So I'm going to go ahead and just select the same photo. That's my profile photo. Sure. So I have selected a photo that I want to post. It's a little bit more difficult to do it from your desktop computer, even though it's possible. Again, Instagram is designed for mobile. So on your mobile device, you can kind of make these images bigger or smaller. Desktop, it's not as easy. But what you can do is edit your photo. You can apply the different filters. So I clicked filter, shifted down, and the filters are what make people's Instagram pictures so fancy and so like cleaned up and brightened. And there are a lot of really fun ones. So you can also leave it normal if you like the photo the way that it is, or you can select one of these beautiful quality enhancing filters. Once you like your filter, you click next. Now you write a caption. Okay. And then you use your hashtags in your caption area to create all of those links to different people doing the same thing. So I will put medieval, hashtag medieval. There are almost 4 million posts out there with hashtag medieval. I want to see every single one of those. That's relevant to my interests. So I can select that. So each time you put a hashtag and you start putting in characters, you're going to see the different hashtags that are out there. So medieval reenactment has 28,000 posts. What about specific to my time period is 14th century. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, 48,000 posts for 14th century. What if I put Prague? Nothing. Start that hashtag. All right, 14th century. One thing I didn't do was capitalize these things, but you can. There we go. So you can include as many as you want. There are some people out there who say don't use more than 10. I think the more that you use, the more connections you make. So use as many as you want. Once you have the hashtags that you want and your caption says what you want it to say, you can click share. Make sure that there's nothing else I wanted to do. Now I wanted to add a location. If you want to do that, you have a geolocator service. So you can tag Riverside, California if you want to. You don't have to. If you want to tag people in this, you click tag people, poke their face, and then you'll have to type in who you want to tag. So let's see. If I type in Barony of Drybergen, as I'm typing, it populates. So there it is right there. And now that is tagged, and they will get a notification that they have been tagged in my photo. Last thing, I'm all done. I love this. I'm going to click share. And it's going to take a minute, but it's going to do it. And
while you're waiting for that, looks like Baroness Moran has a question.
Okay. I'll go ahead and ask her to unmute.
Hello.
Hi.
I just had something occur to me when you were talking about the hashtags. You said you could tag like a zillion hashtags if you wanted to. If someone is also following all those hashtags, are they only going to see that image once, or are they going to? Is it going to do what Facebook does when somebody shares an event page to all the different various groups and you get like 12 notifications for the same thing?
Yeah, you won't get like notifications that interrupt your day. It will just pop up one time in your news feed. The only time you'll get a notification is if you are tagged or someone likes or interacts with that post. Pretty sure.
Okay, so everybody who follows all those hashtags will see it, but it's a little less aggressive
Yes.
as far
Yes.
as notifications.
And to double, yeah, to check me on that, there is the notification settings. When you go to edit your profile, there's that section on the side that allows you to edit your notifications. So I might not have all the answers, but there is a way to find out once you create your account by going to that section.
Okay,
Cool.
that was it. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Okay, my photo has been posted. I am on my home screen, which is my news feed. And here is my photo. Now, to interact with someone's photo, you can love it. You can only like, you can't dislike, you can't be angry about it, you can't wow it, you can't cry over it. You just click like. You can also comment on that post. Blah, 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 blah. And post on it. Good. And then the last thing is you can send this post to anyone you like, and anything that you send is a private message. So no one else is going to see who you send this to. We won't do that though. Okay.
We have another question in chat. Is the IG Messenger app different from the FB Messenger app?
There isn't an app for Instagram Messenger, as far as I know. You access it through your home screen, and that's this little icon right here. And yes, they are separate. If you get a message on Instagram, you won't also get a message on Facebook. Messaging is better in the app. It wants me to open the Instagram app, which I do not have on my desktop and don't want. But here I am in my Messenger interface where I can create a message, start a message. Was that question answered? They're separate. You won't also get a message to Facebook. Cool. All right, well, that is it for the class. If you take a look at the last page of that handout, there is a video created by Instagram on how to create the best photos, how to take the best photos. It's about angle and lighting. If you want to take a great video, there's just things that you might not think of about perspectives to take a great video. And if you need a more thorough introduction to Instagram class, there's one that I shared. It's the first helpful link, how to use Instagram and Instagram stories for beginners. The video is fantastic because there are more features than I covered in this basic. There's how to create stories, which are those little short blurbs, how to save things to your account. So there's a lot more information out there. Okay, stop share. And Maxima is in here. She will be teaching your next class. Does anyone have any more questions for me? I definitely think you should stick around for the next class for that in-depth dive. Yay, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and stop recording for this session.